Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome and hi again. So today we have only a short and brief lesson always about stress in words, right? And this time we'll talk about what we call the distinctive function of the accentual pattern of word. The accentual pattern of word. Now when we say accentual pattern, we refer mainly to the stress placement and position, as well as the quality of the sound, okay, within this word or a word, right? So in English, the accentual pattern of a word can distinguish between two words which are similar in sound, structure, pronunciation, and also identical in spelling. It means sometimes the two words which are identical in spelling, in writing, as well as similar in pronunciation, clear. What distinguishes them is the accentual pattern, right? Accentual pattern, I mean here, stress placement, the stressed syllable, which one within them, as well as the quality of mainly the first vowel within these two similar words. Clear? For example, I have the word perfect and perfect. Perfect and perfect. As you see here, they are similar in pronunciation. Perfect or perfect, similar a little bit, approximately. And also in spelling, they are identical, the same letters and yes, vowels used in writing these two words. Now what distinguishes these two words is the accentual pattern. For example, it means here, I have, as you see here, in the first word, I have perfect. So here, in the first word, the first syllable is stressed. Clear? Is stressed. Here it is adjective. Right, number one. Number two, also, in the first word I have long perfect, adjective. Now, if I change the accentual pattern of this word, clear, I move my stress or shift it to second syllable, right? And also, I reduce my first vowel, long to become shva. Here, I will form the verb, clear, the verb of this word. It means I will say perfect, perfect, right? So here, between perfect and perfect, right, distinction occurs or happens thanks to knowing the accentual pattern of this word. It means here we have shift of stress from the first syllable in the adjective to the second in the verb. Clear? So when there is a shift here of stress, even as you see here, the grammatical function of the word changes. Right? The stress on the first syllable for adjective and for noun usually. Here it's adjective. Now when the stress shifts to second syllable, it becomes verb now. So the grammatical function is influenced and is affected by accentual pattern. Besides to the related change to this stress shift, the phenomenon of reducing the first vowel here, right, long in the noun to become shva. Clear? Shva or shwa in the verb. So these two changes, these two shifts, right, which are stress placement shift as well as reduction, right, of the vowel major, the verb mainly and usually the first vowel in this word to shva, right. Here helps us distinguish between the grammatical category of the two words. The first is adjective, second is verb. So the change in the accentual pattern of a word can shift its grammatical function, as you see here, right. And also this shift in stress position within accentual pattern is related to the change in the quality of its usually first vowel. quality of the first vowel, which is also reduced. Reduced usually either to shva or to short e. Right, to short e. Right. So, like this, the qualitative also change takes place. All right. Besides to the stress shift at the level of the first vowel within certain English words from common or normal vowel in the word to become shva or short e. Let's take some examples. Example, I have the word combine, and combine. Almost the same pronunciation and identical way of writing, spelling. Clear? Now, how can I distinguish between them? The first one is stressed on the first syllable, combine, number one. Clear? And also, after, or the first vowel in it, in the first syllable is O. Is O. Now, when I shift or change the stress placement, right, position from the first syllable, second one, becomes now combine, and this stress shift, right, is related to also a change in the quality of the first vowel here. O becomes and turns into shva, reduced to shva. So here I get the second word, which is now distinct and different in terms of its grammatical function from the first one. The first syllable is stressed, and I have the first vowel O. The second one, which is a verb. First one, it is a noun. Now it turns into a verb when I change my stress position into the second syllable, and also when I reduced my first vowel in combine to O, reduced it to become shva, combine. Clear? Combine. So here, thanks to accentual pattern, change in stress placement as well as quality of the first pronuncial vowel, the first vowel in the word, I can distinguish between these two words which are identical in spelling and similar in sound structure. Also, for example, I have the word export. Export starts with export as a noun, right? So here the first vowel also is, first syllable is stressed in export, right? And also I have the first vowel is a, right? Is a, and also I have another similar word in which has the same pronunciation approximately. Clear, approximately, right, similar, approximately, and identical spelling, same way of writing. Now here, in the first one, I have export. It means first syllable is stressed, and I have a, the first vowel. Now, if I change the stress position from the first syllable in the noun to become on the second one, which is sport, I stress second noun syllable in this word, sport, and I reduce a to become e, export. Here I have a second word, right, which has a different grammatical function. It is the verb export. Clear? Export. So here, as you see, accentual pattern of the word export, which is brought about or caused the change in the stress placement from first syllable to second, and also reduction of the first vowel a to e, turns or helps us to distinguish between export as noun and export, stressed on second, as verb. Clear? Also, I have the word subject. Subject and subject. subject and subject. So here I have in the first word we have, which is subject. Here, subject, as you see here, also stressed on the first syllable. And I have the first vowel in it is what? Is a. Is a. Right. The upside down. A. Now, it is similar to another word which is subject. Subject. Right. But if we see the difference, right, in the accentual pattern in the two words, I can discover that in the noun subject, the first syllable is stressed, number one, right? And if I change, right, the noun or the stressed position from the first syllable in the noun to become on the second syllable in the second word, which is subject, here the word becomes verb. And this change of stressed position from first syllable to the second syllable is accompanied by reducing the first vowel in this word a to shva, subject. So these two, if you can say, changes, right, related changes, help me distinguish between subject as noun and subject as verb, clear, as a verb. Also for the word present, the same thing. Here the first syllable, one syllable word here as you see here, is stressed, right? And I have the first vowel in it is a, present, right? And also I have another word in it which is present, the same spelling, right, same spelling, and nearly the same sound structure, similar sound structure. Now, but here if I change the accentual pattern of this word, present, it means instead of stressing the first syllable in present, I stress the second syllable in present, number one, and this change in stress placement is also related to what? Change in the vowel, first vowel of the adjective a, we reduce it to e, to short e, to become present, Here, thanks to this change, okay, of stress placement as also reduction of the vowel a to e, I can distinguish between the adjective present and the verb present. Now, as you see here, most of the cases are usually concerning two-syllable words in English. Usually, not always, words. Besides also to another common case, which is also three-syllable words, which usually, right, undergo this change in accentual pattern, which helps us distinguish between the grammatical functions, right, and now the difference between similar words, right, in sound structure as well as in spelling. Example, I have the word attribute. Yes, attribute. Attribute, as you see here, attribute, it starts with a flower, and the first syllable is stressed here. Attribute, as a noun, clear. First syllable is stressed and starts with a flower. Now, I have also another word which is having the same spelling, clear, and the similar sound structure, which is attribute. Attribute, clear. So, in the first word, which is a noun, the first syllable is structure. Here we have three-syllable word, clear. Good. The first syllable is stressed, clear. And the first vowel, right, in it is a flower, means a. Now, when I change the stress position, number one within accentual pattern, and I shift my stress from first syllable to the second one, right, to the second one, three, and this shift of stress placement, of course, should be related to reducing a to a. I will get another similar word, which is attribute. So, attribute as a noun in which the first syllable is stressed, and I have a flower at the beginning of it, my first vowel, can be distinguished from attribute as a verb, thanks to the change of the stress placement from the first syllable to the second tree, as well as thanks to reduction of a flower a to shva. Right. Also, I have the word envelope here as a noun. You know the envelope, right? So I have the first syllable is stressed here, which is an, and it starts with the vowel a. And on English also I have another similar word, which is envelope. So here, for the noun, when it is stressed on the first syllable and it starts with a, right? If you change the stress position from the first syllable to second one in becomes stressed, and also I reduce the first vowel in it a to become short e, envelope. So here I get another word which is different in grammatical function. Alright, and also it is a verb. It is a verb. So now we can distinguish between envelope as a noun, first syllable stressed and a, and envelope, second syllable is stressed, and also the first syllable, first vowel in it is reduced to e. So here the two aspects of accentual pattern help us distinguish between the noun and the verb. Also, I have the word intimate as an adjective. So it starts with e here. The first syllable is stressed. Then I have t, also short e, and mut. I have shva. Clear? I have shva. This is adjective. But I have also another word which is intimate. So here, as you see, it's the opposite. Clear? The opposite. Now here I have the stress position is the same on the first syllable, whether on the verb or on the adjective. Clear? But for the verb, I have diphthong a, and here in the adjective, diphthong a, turns into shva, reduced into shva to become adjective. Here as the opposite. Clear? Becomes adjective. One, I turn the diphthong a in the last syllable, right, to become shva in the last syllable of the adjective. So here, only, right, the change in one of the vowel sounds of the word, right, to shorter vowel shva helps me distinguish between these two words and between their grammatical functions. One is adjective with shva, and the other is verb with diphthong a. The same is also for complement as a noun, as you know. So here I have the first syllable is stressed. Clear? Alright. Then I have short e in pli, and ment I have shva in the last syllable. But I have also in English another syllable, similar word, which is complement. Complement and compliment. So how can I distinguish now between them? Here also the same case. They are both stressed on the first syllable, but what helps me distinguish between them and differentiate them is what? The change at the level of the last vowel sound here in this case, from a, right, in the verb, right, to a, shva, in the noun. So here I will leave the case of change of the quality of the vowel sound. Clear? From vowel sound common to short vowel shva. But usually, as we said before, usually the accentual pattern concerns both change of stress placement as well as the related phenomenon of reduction of mainly the first vowel in the word to short vowels shva or e, as you have seen in the previous or in the first examples. So that's the end of our brief and short lesson, just to tell you that in English the change of the accentual pattern of a word, I mean change in stress placement, all right, as well as the change of vowel through reducing it to shorter vowel, E and shva, or and shva, okay, can change the grammatical function of the word. Right, so be careful when you pronounce the English words. Thank you so much.